Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and Guardians, today is finally the day. ORM is here, the newest Elarite Titan, the newest mystery entering Dominion, and Guardians. Today is not about builds. Today is not about teams. Today is not about counters, because before we talk about any of that, we first need to understand something much simpler. Who exactly is ORM? Because Guardians, sometimes first impressions matter, and this Titan immediately gives one very interesting first impression. Support, water, Elarite, and something that immediately caught my attention. He does not look like a traditional support. He looks dangerous. He looks mysterious. And perhaps most importantly, his mechanics immediately suggest something very different from what we usually expect. So Guardians, today we simply meet ORM. And let us start with the basics.
Quick reminder for Hero Wars Alliance players on Android. Huawei AppGallery has a new May campaign, and this one is much easier than the April offer. You can still enjoy up to 25% off on AppGallery, but now the coupon requirements are better. For every €1, or equivalent in your local currency, spent in eligible games, you earn 1 football. You can redeem €2 coupons for 20 footballs, €10 coupons for 65 footballs, and €20 coupons for 80 footballs. This makes the May coupons much easier to get compared to April. There are also physical prizes available, including Huawei Band 10, Huawei Free Buds 7i, and Huawei Free Clip, with up to 25% savings. Coupon stock is limited, so it is better to redeem early. You can also stack coupons, which means you can use multiple coupons together in one payment for better value. Check the campaign link in the description, join the AppGallery Discord for more help, and make sure your AppGallery country settings match the campaign region.
ORM belongs to 2 categories. First, Elarite. Second, water and Guardians. This immediately becomes interesting, because water titans already possess strong defensive structures, strong sustain, strong protection, and now they receive something completely new entering that ecosystem. But before talking about his skill, let us first look at his artifacts, because immediately ORM shows us something interesting. His weapon artifact, Zorval's Right. This artifact provides additional defense against light and dark titans. Guardians, immediately we can see a pattern, because this artifact already tells us something. ORM was clearly designed with modern Titan battles in mind. Because light Titans continue growing, dark Titans continue growing. And now, ORM immediately arrives prepared to interact with that environment. Then we move into his crown artifact, the Elarite Crown. And again, we continue seeing exactly the same philosophy. Additional damage against light and dark Titans. Additional defense against light and dark titans. Guardians, this is extremely specialized, very specialized, and immediately creates many questions. Questions we will answer later. But for now, we simply observe. ORM appears heavily connected to these newer Titan structures. Then we arrive at his balance seal. Chthonic balance seal, physical attack, health, and Guardians. This immediately becomes interesting, because support titans usually create certain expectations, but physical attack tells us something. Perhaps ORM wants to participate more actively. Perhaps ORM wants to convert something. Perhaps ORM wants more than simply supporting. Again, Guardians, questions for later. Today, we simply observe. Now, let us look at the skin. ORM immediately arrives with a physical attack skin, and Guardians. This immediately reinforces what we already suspected. Physical attack, physical attack, physical attack again. Clearly, something here wants damage, or perhaps something wants scaling. Now, Guardians, finally, let us talk about what everybody wants to see. The skill, devastating, Link, and Guardians. This is where ORM immediately becomes interesting. ORM binds all allies to the enemy positioned in the center. The effect lasts 8 seconds. During those 8 seconds, ORM accumulates part of the damage received by allies. Then, when the effect ends, that accumulated damage is dealt back to the enemy. Guardians, read that again. Damage received, stored, returned, and immediately, Guardians, you begin understanding why ORM feels different. Because this does not immediately feel like traditional support. This feels active. This feels dangerous. This feels like a Titan asking opponents, "Are you sure you want to continue attacking?" And Guardians, there is another detail. The accumulated damage currently shown is 50%, meaning ORM is not simply storing tiny values. This may become substantial, very substantial. And this is exactly why I did not want to rush into builds today. Because, Guardians, this Titan immediately creates many possibilities, many questions, and many combinations. But today is simply about meeting him. Because, Guardians, ORM already gave us enough information. Water Titan, Elarite Titan, support role, physical attack focus, light and dark interactions, damage accumulation, damage return, and Guardians, that already sounds very different from many Titans we currently have. So, what happens next? Simple. Next, videos. We build him. We test him. We see teams. We see counters. We see whether this mystery becomes reality. Because, Guardians, first impressions are exciting, but performance decides everything. For now, welcome, ORM. Dominion was waiting. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.